to Timbuktu cancelled. Day 11 was a straightforward liaison section from Nema to Ayoub, which meant a day in the sun on a long, straight, rather boring tarmac road. Some took their minds off it, and this is what Cyril Desprez was listening to on his road trip. But you still have to keep your eyes on the scenery. Stage 12 then, from Ayoun, heading towards the border with Mali and Kay. From Mauritania, a distinct change of scenery as they head into Mali. Less sand, more greenery, of a kind. And with the lack of vision that the trees bring comes a lack of direction. All 11 top riders on the stage in a clump and completely and hopelessly lost. Route director David Castera had caught them in one of his favourite traps. The man who eventually came out on top, Spaniard Isidre Esteve, made the best of a bad job. But behind the lead group, a chance for others to shine. Second on the stage, the Portuguese Paulo Gonçalves, his best result on a Dakar special, and the best ever for a Polish rider, Jacek Szakor, took third, one better even than Marek Dabrowski had managed. And for a chance to see what it's really like on the stages, let's ride with the Czech rider Martin Maček. With his lead gone, Carlos Sainz had no option now but to attack. So too all the Volkswagens, nothing less than maximum effort would achieve anything. But for Stefan Peterhansel, the lead didn't necessarily mean a chance to relax. Navigation again tough. And in the shrubs, the undergrowth and the trees, finding the right route out of dozens of conflicting paths is not always easy, even for the greatest drivers and riders. He rejoins the track right behind Mark Miller, but the Volkswagen's turn of speed puts him back in a dust cloud. Miller still knows he has a lot to do, charging through the undergrowth, something they wouldn't even have seen 2 days earlier. And then a few precious seconds while the shrubbery is removed. It won't take long to overheat an engine with a blocked cooling duct. In the truck category, Dutchman Hans Stacey in the man has been leading the competition. And with a handy lead over the Kamaz, he could really do without being lost. And in his dust, Wolfert van Ginkel, who he's just passed. Stage 13 from Gaze in Mali to Tambacounda, heading for the first time into Senegal. 260 kilometers of special stage. And the rally on two wheels took a dramatic turn. These are the first images from the helicopter camera of race leader Mark Comer. Dazed and confused, but seemingly physically uninjured. Comer didn't even know where he was, on the stage or on a liaison, when the medical crews got to him.
En attendant que tu récupères tes esprits, hein?
Well, look after you, he said. Where's my bike? Is it okay? Don't you worry about the bike. It's you we're worried about.
Okay.
But we'll look after it for you. A medical helicopter was on hand to take Komar back to the bivouac and out of the rally. With the leader concussed, Cyril Desprez, out on the stage, knew nothing about the fact that he had inherited the lead, but he was glad to hear that his friend and rival was okay. And for Carlos Sainz, another stage, another victory. Nani Roma pulls over to allow Stefan Peter-Hansel to go past. Roma and Masuoka now playing backup to Peter-Hansel, the leader, and second-placed Luc Alphon. Mitsubishi leaving nothing to chance, and that meant that the rest of the field, including Jutta Kleinschmidt's BMW, were closer to the front-running pace than before. Kleinschmidt having a trouble-free day.
Very narrow. There is a truck on the left side. It's narrow pist.
The co-driver Tina Turner pointing out the host of trouble that lays on the stage. And it was found by Krzysztof Holowicz. The previous day he'd had Poland's best ever result on four wheels, a series of high-speed jumps. He said in the road book it said there were 2 holes. In fact, there were 5 or 6. Spelling the end of his demise. And this is the slow motion version of how Holowicz found the end of the road. Safety is an increasing feature of the Dakar Rally. This year, extra strenuous efforts have been made to keep competitors and population apart, with rigidly enforced speed limits and extra crowd control. The penultimate day of the rally from Tambacounda into Dakar. 225 kilometres of special, and the ride into the city at the end of it. And a new stage and a new winner, with Cyril Desprez now cautious in the lead of the event overall after Marc Comar's demise the previous day. It was down to Jean de Azevedo. The Brazilian rider had trouble early in the event, but showed that his speed is certainly there, with a victory on the penultimate day. And Desprez following in his wheel tracks, keeping the pace up so that he didn't lose concentration. And at the finish line, with just 16 kilometres around Lacrose remaining, it seemed certain that victory was his. The congratulations warm and heartfelt. No such for Carlos Sainz, but another day, another stage victory. His 9th in his career, and that only stretches back 2 years in the Dakar. Stage win number 5 in 2007 for El Matador. For Stefan Peter-Hansel, the car's leader, allowing the Volkswagens to speed by was part of the plan. Dakar and Lacrose are inextricably linked, and it was fitting that the survivors of a fortnight of the worst of African terrain should meet on its shores for the final day's celebratory lap of honour. As the last of the bikers took the first of the starts, it was left to Cyril Desprez to round out the motorcycle category, claiming his second win in 3 years. It was a struggle this year again, he said.
De la chance,
bad luck. I had
moins
good luck.
chance à certains moments. C'est un Dakar fou.
And it was a crazy Dakar,
un Dakar,
a real
un vrai
Dakar.
Dakar.
So then for Mitsubishi, trailing Volkswagen for all of the first week, it started to look as though they just didn't have the pace. But to finish first you have to finish. And Stefan Peter-Hansel, now 9 times a Dakar winner, knows that feeling. Chenille de Villiers may have to wait for another year. Volkswagen don't see this as a done deal. They still have a job to do. He won the final stage. Jean-Louis Schlesser coming in a remarkable 3rd place overall with 2 stage wins and the 2-wheel drive victory, passing a cautious Peter-Hansel on the final stage. And for Mark Miller, the top Volkswagen, just off the podium. Robbie Gordon proving that the Hummer is fast and spectacular, and that even on the final stage, everyone needs to be a little careful.
Il n'y a aucune importance de gagner aucune spéciale.
There's no importance of Stefan Peter-Hansel in winning a special stage. The whole thing is about winning the rally. He said, and I really found that out on my first African rally when I won as a rider. I hadn't won a single stage, and that day I understood the most important thing is to concentrate on the rally and not to be distracted about winning the stages. So a second win then for Cyril Desprez in the motorcycle category. Chris Blaze in 3rd, David Castor in 2nd, another KTM clean sweep, and the Frenchman claims the victory. Confirmation that the 450 category winner Helder Rodriguez with 2 stage wins, a fine 5th position overall behind Hollander's Oliver Zeta. 2 stage wins for Yanis Winters, he was 6th ahead of Marcini and Thierry Bettis. So Helder Rodriguez, the rally leader when they came to Africa, he won the 450 category with a top 5 finish, and the top rookie Fabien Planet, 11th place, a remarkable achievement. Winning the quads by more than 5 hours from the Czech Republic, Josef Masacek, and a 7-minute margin of victory in the car category. Stefan Peter Hansel 6 times on the bikes, now 3 times in the cars. Mitsubishi claimed their 7th consecutive win in the Dakar out of a total of 12 victories, with Luc Alphon again the runner-up as in 2004, and Jean-Louis Schlesser taking 3rd place ahead of Volkswagen's Mark Miller. Miller promised that they will be back next year stronger than ever. Maybe next year Mitsubishi won't have it all their own way at the finish. And a time penalty dropped Nasser Al-Attiyah's BMW out of the top 5 in the closing stages. He was the stage winner, as was Robbie Gordon. And in the production T2 category, the Japanese Jun Mitsutashi, with his 23-year-old rookie co-driver, won the category as Hans Stacey dominated the trucks, winning for Holland and MAN.